All right, thank you, Jordan. I am Tom Downey. Alongside me is Harris Rubenstein.
What's up?
Harris really wanted to talk about the Summer League.
I did.
So we gave him this one here. We're going
It's
to take
been
a
lit.
look at some top performers in the
It's been
Summer
lit.
League so far. We'll start off with John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks, who has put up really good numbers, 24 points a game.
I'm telling you, people, if you haven't watched the Summer League yet, go start watching the Summer League. It has been awesome. A lot of great competition, some awesome young players doing some great things. John Collins, one of them. He has had a great couple of games so far in the Summer League. We saw him last year. He had a good season last year. He showed a good amount of offensive and defensive versatility, a lot of length, and a lot of ability on both ends of the floor. During Summer League this year, that offensive game has really taken a step forward so far in the offseason. His jump shot looks a lot better. He looks much more in control in terms of what he can do on offense. And I think it more just had to do with understanding what he can and cannot do at the NBA level. He didn't start until the second half of the season. And we saw with Donovan Mitchell with the Jazz, he was starting for most of the year, so he had an ability to work through some of those kinks, Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum as well. But Collins didn't get a ton of play time until the halfway mark of the season when they traded away a couple of pieces. Now we're seeing the real John Collins. A lot of great shooting ability, a lot of good finishing ability, and a defensive ability to stop players at 3, sometimes 4 separate positions. I love what I've seen out of John Collins so far. He has always been a budding star for me in the NBA. I think he has so much potential.
You believe he's a piece the Hawks can build
Absolutely.
around. I believe he's a piece they can build with.
Both.
There's a difference there, though.
Fair, but I just think if you're the Hawks, it is so difficult to come across versatile talent at the 4. And I think what we saw with how hard the Lakers are gripping on to Kyle Kuzma, that's what the Hawks, I think, are going to end up doing at John Collins. There are not going to be a lot of people at that position who can do as many things that he can. I don't know if he'll ever have one defining skill in the NBA, but overall, he's going to be a good NBA player, maybe a couple All-Star games in there.
Perhaps maybe the biggest or most impressive player in the Summer League so far is Kevin Knox.
Oh, God,
who
yeah.
I think has looked absolutely incredible.
Woo! Take that, Knicks fans who were booing him at the draft. We called you guys out for booing him because it was a great pick. I mean, you could make an argument that he was maybe the best pick of the back 5. Length, shooting, athleticism, ability to play defense in multiple positions. The dude is 6'9" and can shoot at 19 years old. There aren't a lot of guys who can come out. Really, the only guy that could do that last year was Jason Tatum. And I know that Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year, but you could maybe make an argument that Jason Tatum was the best rookie in last year's class, considering the team
Donovan
that he was
Mitchell,
on.
that's okay.
Mitchell's up there, too. I mean, there's always an argument for many of these guys, but Kevin Knox has so much potential. Not to mention, he landed with the best possible coach in David Fizdale. He cannot stop talking about how amazing Kevin Knox has been so far in practice, and he's been amazing as well in Summer League. He's been such a fun player to watch.
I am very excited for Kevin Knox. I think he has quickly gone from underrated to bordering on the hype side of things.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh, Knox is my sleeper pick for Rookie of the Year.
He's not going to win Rookie of the Year.
Well, if he's everyone's sleeper pick, he's not really a sleeper pick.
He's
then.
not going to win Rookie of the Year, but he should start for them at the 3. I think their starting lineup should be, it depends on what you do with Frankie Smokes, but either Trey Burke or Frankie Smokes, Tim Hardaway, Kevin Knox, Kristaps, and then either, Enes Kanter plus Mitchell Robinson.
With Kristaps out, don't be surprised if he starts at the 4.
Exactly as well. Kevin Knox needs to start next year, point blank. I think it'll be really good for him in his progression.
All right, folks, we are trying to get to 100K subscribers here on our YouTube channel. Hit us up with that subscription. We'll have all of our NBA coverage during the season and, of course, in the offseason, like it is right now, and NFL coverage as well with highlights and more all year round.
Oh, yeah, baby. This is the best sports channel you'll find anywhere on YouTube. We're not just pumping out rando soccer highlights all the time like those other rando sports channels. We have controlled, excellent, high-quality content at all times.
Taking it to some more top performers in the Summer League. Well, Deandre Ayton.
Of course.
It would be a concern if he wasn't up here at the top.
He looked weirdly nervous in his first game, like almost as unconfident as I've seen him in a basketball game in a while. And then all of a sudden, the second game, he just blew up. He was fantastic in the second game, showing all of those offensive tools that we know that he has, all those physical tools around the rim, rebounding, good passing, good shot blocking as well. It just, again, the defense didn't look too great. I mean, him and Marvin Bagley had a fun little duel before Bagley had that injury. But look, if you're the Suns, you were looking for a couple things out of DeAndre Ayton, and they got it. I mean, look, in that second game, when Bagley was out, he was a man among boys. He looked like he was from a completely different planet playing with, sixth graders. He is humongous, and it was great to see him dominating the way that we know he can. Summer League is where someone like Deandre Ayton should be blowing people away.
He should thrive.
He did not in the first game, but he did in the second game, and that's why he's on this list.
We mentioned somebody not that long ago here, but we'll come back to him, Josh Hart of the Lakers. There's been some buzz about whether or not he'll stay with Lakers because he's just outplaying everybody. He's shooting 53+% from three. That's unbelievable.
And for Josh Hart, he's really battling to be the first guy off the bench for the Lakers next season. It's going to be really interesting to see who the Lakers starting lineup is next year. Do they start Wagner at the center spot? Do they start JaVale McGee? Do they try to shuffle people around? Who starts at the 2 guard? Is it Kentavious Caldwell-Pope? Do they move Brandon Ingram to the 2? Let LeBron play the 3 with Kuzma at the 4 with a real-life center? There's so many different options that the Lakers can do with this lineup.
You'll see a lot of experimenting early on in the year.
Exactly. And I think with Josh Hart, he's a big part of that experimenting. Who comes off the bench first on that team? Who's the 6th man? For Josh Hart, certainly wants it to be him.
Hart, Ingram, depending on who starts at the shooting guard, like you mentioned. Is it Stevenson?
Or is it Carmelo?
KCP? Or is it Rondo?
Melo.
A lot of different bench options there for early, but Josh Hart, very impressive so far in the Summer League. As is the guy that everyone likes to compare to Draymond Green.
You know what?
And that stat line kind of makes some sense there.
You know what? With Jordan Bell, I want to point something out. I know that we constantly say the Warriors are ruining the NBA. Do you know what's really ruining the NBA and has always ruined the NBA? Stupidity. Like selling Jordan Bell to the Warriors for $3.5 million.
That is why.
Because the Bulls are idiots.
The Warriors really wanted a second-round pick this year in the draft. No one would sell them because they didn't want a Jordan Bell scenario.
They didn't trust them. And also, have you seen Jordan Bell so far in Summer League? The dude has added a pull-up 3 to his game and the ability to shoot off the dribble.
He looks like a mini Draymond.
He also looks like he's also been dominating so far in Summer League. He's having fun out there. He's not even trying. He's throwing behind-the-back passes. He's dominating people around the boards. He's giggling on the sidelines with Quinn Cook. He's having fun because he knows that he's so much better than everyone out there. If the Warriors give one thing to anyone more so than maybe any other team in the NBA, outside of maybe the Celtics, but probably still more so the Warriors, it's confidence. And Jordan Bell is brimming right now. Yeah. The dude is shooting pull-up 3s at 6'9", 6'10", 250, 260. This is nuts. This is not fair.
I'm
the
curious
Bulls are stupid.
To see what happens when Bell becomes a free agent. Does he go get paid somewhere else, or does he stick with Golden State?
I think he'll just stay. He's having so much fun.
You can get a lot more money, though, elsewhere.
That's very true.
All right, we'll stick with some big men here. Wendell Carter Jr. has done a lot of good things for the Bulls. This is where Harris takes his victory lap.
My victory lap.
Yelling at the Bulls fans who said that they didn't want Wendell Carter and they didn't need him.
Look at Bulls Reddit being all happy with how good Wendell Carter has looked so far in Summer League. That's because he might be the most NBA-ready player in this entire class. And he has shown everything that I told you guys that he was going to show at the NBA level. An outstanding ability to defend almost any position on the court at any time. A smart, poised approach on the offensive side of the ball. A great passing ability that is really just unchallenged by a lot of the big men coming into the league this year. Wendell Carter Jr. has looked so good that he has been the only player that anyone on the Bulls coaching staff has talked about this entire offseason so far since they got him. They have talked specifically about Wendell Carter Jr. because he's been so good. His poise at his age is unreal. And I keep bringing up that word poise. It is so important, especially in a rebuilding franchise to have. Al Horford is the definition of poise in the NBA. LaMarcus Aldridge, Pau Gasol, big men down low who have that kind of versatility along with the stability, they always succeed in the NBA. Wendell Carter Jr. is going to be the next example of that. He landed in the perfect spot with the Bulls.
All right, well, hey, we have two more players coming up, some names that are a little bit lesser and you guys might not be super familiar with, but first, a very quick message.
Thanks for watching, you guys, but I still can't believe some of you have not subscribed to the Chat Sports YouTube channel. What are you waiting for? It's so easy. The guys are going to give you 10 seconds to do so. So right below your screen, click that subscribe button, and the guys will be right back with all the latest NBA news and rumors you do not want to miss. And I'll see you later in the show.
Next up is Devin Robinson, the wingman from the Washington Wizards, a former undrafted free agent out of Florida. looked a lot better in the summer league, Harris.
He has looked a lot better in the summer league.
Played one game for Washington last year. That
I
was
wanted to throw in a name here that not everyone recognized, just to give love to the rest of the great players. You can't just focus on the stars. Exactly. And Devin Robinson, he is on the little older side of things in terms of a young player. He's 23 years old, only played in one game last year, but he's coming from a Florida team that was spectacular. I mean, that team had a lot of athleticism on it. And according to the broadcast last night, I was watching the entire Wizards-Spurs summer league game yesterday. Devin Robinson can do a windmill jam by just standing under the basket. He can just freely jump and windmill slam. He's an unbelievable athlete. They've been waiting for his polish to come around in terms of his shooting ability and what he can do around the court. The dude was shooting threes. He was shooting mid-range jumpers. He was finishing around the rim. He looked really good. And if you're the Wizards, holy crap, do you need a guy like him. You need someone with his length and athleticism at the forward spot. All they have right now is Otto Porter and Kelly Oubre. That's it. Those are their only legitimate wing players. And I'm sorry, we'll see what happens with Troy Brown Jr. I'm not as sold on him as a lot of people are, especially his first year in the NBA. But I think Devin Robinson is going to be a nice player. I think he makes the team.
Right. One more under-the-radar player is Jabari Byrd, a former McDonald's All-American who went to Cal, was a late second-round pick, number 56 overall, by Boston, spent some time last year in the G League, and has now looked very good in the Summer League.
Very good. Just looks very intelligent. Looks like he knows what he's doing out there on a basketball court now. When last year when he had some game time, he had no idea what to do out there. The game was way too fast. It was a lot of turnovers. He couldn't really get to the bucket as much as he wanted to. Wasn't getting as many free throws. And then this summer, we see him just dominating on both ends of the court, an ability as well to play both on and off the ball, which is very important for a guard in the modern-day NBA. He has looked quite good so far over the first couple of games to the Celtics. And I mentioned Jabari Byrd because I don't actually think he's going to end up on the Celtics. I think he's going to get moved. That roster is already basically set. So for Jabari Byrd, he's kind of auditioning now for a couple other NBA teams. Maybe the Magic make a run after him. Maybe the Kings make a run after him. Maybe just another team that needs a guard. But I think Jabari Byrd has looked really, really good and has taken advantage of a situation that he needed to take advantage of.
If you're just now joining us, here were Harris's top 8 performers so far in this year's Summer League. John Collins, Kevin Knox, DeAndre Ayton, and Josh Hart. Jordan Bell, Wendell Carter, Devin Robinson, and Jabari Byrd. One note on Jordan Bell, he will not play tonight in his Summer League game. He is nursing a sore shoulder.
One more player who I didn't include on the list because I wanted to keep it an even 8 for us has been Harry Giles of the Sacramento Kings. He has been amazing so far in the playoffs. This is the first basketball we've really seen him play in about 3 years. Harry Giles has looked great. Shooting, defense, he's been a good energy setter as well for the Kings. I wanted to point him out too.
All right, who will win Rookie of the Year then, folks? Let us know in the comment section. Harris, who is your prediction?
Luka, baby.
He's
the best player in the class.
He's
going to get 35 minutes a night. It's going to be amazing.
He, of course, is not playing in the Summer League because, well, he's coming from Europe, and he doesn't need the reps right now.
The FIBA is annoying.
He simply doesn't need it.
FIBA is very annoying.
Let us know in the comment section who you guys got. Harris and I will be responding throughout today's show.